Kia ora, I'm Briar Martindale, Operations Manager at Papakura Netball Centre, and I'm a Good Sports Developer. So my cause for celebration or successful outcome of delivering good sports workshops is, one, as a facilitator, making people feel comfortable enough to put their hand up and say, well, actually the videos that I've seen, that was me at one time or other. So that's a major for me as a facilitator, but on the flip side of it is after the workshop, people coming up to me and saying, that was an awesome workshop. I'm so pleased that I attended it. I really didn't want to attend it, but I'm so pleased that I did. It's been a real eye-opener, and they've given me life stories around what they have done previously that would be a negative around good sports and what they intend to do moving forward. And thanking me for highlighting and making them aware of their behaviour. An example of feedback from one of the workshops is a negative used to be, in particular, a player who knew about a compulsory workshop that she had to attend as a parent of a rep child, rang me because she knew me personally, and said, do I have to attend? And I said, well, actually you do, and it would be a benefit for you to attend. She attended, and at the beginning I knew that she would be quite hesitant to be involved and probably poo-poo the whole concept, and I was really surprised at how engaged she became in the workshop. And then afterwards she did this big blog on her or post on Facebook about how absolutely overwhelmingly awesome the workshop was, and how it highlighted for her negative behaviour and the impact that has on her child, and how from that day forward she's going to make an attempt to ensure that her child enjoys whatever sport that she's involved in, and not just go out to win and have her mother yelling instruction to her from the sideline continuously or on the car ride home. One, to be organised. Two, to know your audience. So you need to adapt your delivery of the workshop to your audience, and particularly if it's a target audience, pick out maybe one or two key components of good sports that you think is really important to get through to that group. Make sure that all of your technology works, because there's nothing worse than sitting in a workshop going to play a video that doesn't work, and people get impatient. And two, as a facilitator, make sure that you work the room, and that when people are having peer discussions after looking at videos or whatever the content may be, that you're working the room, listening to what people are saying so that you can use that content as examples during workshop delivery. And lastly, it's really good to draw on your own personal experiences, and don't be afraid to, put your hand up and say, well, actually, I was probably one of these people at one time or other in my life, and give them examples about things that you've observed in your previous experience that you now know probably had an adverse effect on people that you've been involved with, either children or other coaches. So I guess the greatest impact that good sports, or being a good sports developer, and the premise philosophy behind good sports has had on me is, as I hold quite a position of responsibility at our netball centre, and for years we have struggled and tried different concepts to help improve sideline behaviour. We have tried things from naming and shaming to positive reinforcement. All of these things had very minimal effect. I personally believe that the good sports philosophy delves deeper than that, and it's a really good concept to help educate parents and coaches. On a personal level, being a very competitive sports person, although I didn't have the best of ability, I always tried really hard, and for me winning was everything, and even as a child winning was everything, and still really competitive, and now what I see are the benefits of children just having fun and keeping children in the sport, as opposed to everything being about winning. So if we can encourage and educate parents around the benefits of having kids involved in sport for a lifetime, as opposed to having kids specialising early and perhaps not going past the age of 2022. That for me is a good result.